Books. Sure didn't waste any time, did you?
That was some crummy way to behave.
Well, that's the whole point.
I don't get you. I don't understand you. How could you bring a broad to your own kid's christening?
I knew exactly what I was doing.
Yeah, everybody else did. You made everybody miserable.
Fine.
Fine. Mary was crying. Sister Mary Joel was crying.
Jumbo, let me tell you something.
Wait,
huh?
wait.
Yeah.
May Bryan was on the verge of tears, and I was so damn upset I almost was crying.
Well, what the hell you want me to do, huh?
I want you to get on the phone and apologize to Mary and call her and tell her you're coming uptown. You're gonna pick up her and the kid. You're gonna bring them back down here to live.
Yeah, we'll all live happily ever after, huh?
Nobody does that. Not all the time anyway. But you still got a chance to fix things. And you know that's what you want. You weren't kidding anybody. Running in there with that broad.
I can't fix things, Jumbo. That's why I did what I did today, because I can't. I can't do that.
Since there wasn't any evidence of hematoma in the area of the trauma, I think we can expect some bleeding over here on the opposite side. There we go. Roger. Now, we should see some swelling as soon as I'm through to the dura. Give me some suction, please. I've got a little bleeding from the bone. Bone wax? Okay. Let's take a look. I don't see any evidence of increased pressure on the dura. Scalpel? Let's see what's going on underneath.
Hold it, Doctor. We've got a problem.
A little tachycardia?
Right. We'll have to put him under all the way.
I'd rather you keep him as close to consciousness as possible.
His pulse is steady, just under 160. Maybe we can get a hold of it. We'll try a little quinidine.
Well, if it had to happen, I'd rather it happen now instead of when we're further along. If we don't see any bleeding over here, I don't understand what's giving us these symptoms. A little suction, please.
It all adds up to hematoma. The headaches, the dizziness, the seizures.
So the CSF was negative.
Right?
About its field of vision. What's that suction?
Sorry,
He's responded, Doctor. The heartbeat is regular. You can go ahead.
All right. Let's see what we can find under the dura. Needle nose forceps. All right, let's see what we've got here. I don't see any sign of bleeding, Doctor. In fact, no evidence of hematoma. It could still be a little off. Wait a minute. Something's not right. The brain surface looks a little cloudy to me. Those landmarks aren't clear. This looks like a bacterial film over the surface of the brain, Doctor. I suspect what we have here is not a hematoma at all. It looks like a brain infection.
it can't be. I checked.
Close him up. Immediately.
Under the circumstances, I'd rather you did the closing.
You are the assisting resident in this procedure. You had no problem with the first closing. Now you will close that dura, insert a small drain, and suture the scalp, Dr. Ryan. We'll discuss your diagnosis later.
Dural sutures. Small drain.
Burning the midnight oil?
No, actually just burning. It's the closest place I could find to cool off.
I figured I couldn't reach you at home. That was quite a scene over at Ryan's.
Tommy, I'm sorry. I had no idea.
I thought as much. She looked pretty bewildered. Out of curiosity, what had Jack told you?
It was very simple, actually. He said that some friends of his were throwing a christening party, would I like to go and then have dinner afterwards. I mean, could I figure it was his baby?
Hardly. He didn't trouble to mention he was married?
Divorced, or getting there anyway. Honestly, Tommy, I really didn't know what was going on. I mean, you must believe I wouldn't do something like that.
I know you better.
You know, I could kill him. The nerve that he has.
He has that, all right. Well, I guess I've got my answer. I just wanted to check whether you and Finelli were united. I'd like to be able to reassure Mary.
You know, everyone is so concerned about what Mary should and shouldn't know. It seems to me that's one lady that can take care of herself.
She did handle the situation rather well, didn't she?
Would you be honest with me about something? How do you feel about her?
I like her. Her family's been kind to me. Being with them's a little like home. I like her. I admire her. I hate to see her hurt this bad. I'd like to be able to offer her my support and friendship. Does that seem reasonable?
I think that's nice. And about Jack and me, nothing was going on. He just asked me out, that's all. I thought he was cute, kind of sexy, so I went. And I felt a little guilty because he caught me doing some underground PR work that somebody said.
Okay, I ruled the day.
You know, I still don't get it, though. I mean, I don't know what he's after. Unless, of course, he just wants her family to, like, murder him.
No, he's trying to make Mary miserable enough to leave him.
Well, he's off to a nice start. But, you know, I don't think that she's gonna give up.
Mary doesn't give up too easily.
Is she crazy about him or just crazy?
No, she's a girl that knows what she wants and means to hang on. She loves him.
When he treats her like that?
Christine, it's not that simple.
Oh.
I've had a lot to do with Finelli, you know.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't think there was any love lost between you two.
I didn't say I liked him, but getting to know Mary better, I can see him from her point of view. Basically, Jack's not a mean fellow. He's just mixed up.
That was a lousy thing he did to me and to her.
Granted, but I think the reason he did it so clumsily is he's not cut out for it. Frank says Jack feels he's failed Mary as a husband. He can't be a good father to their child. Okay, he's misguided, but his intentions are apparently genuine. He means to set her free before he hurts her anymore.
Tommy, now just wait 1 second. You don't actually buy the idea that he was doing her a favor today.
I think he believes it.
You can fix it, Giovanni, and you damn well will.
Haven't you done enough, Jumbo? I did what I did because you got Mary's hopes up again. And I'm gonna keep on doing it until she gives up.
You don't make any sense.
I make perfectly good sense, only you don't listen. If you listened in the first place, and instead of running and blabbing everything to Mary, I wouldn't have had to do what I had to do today. You think I enjoyed it? You think I enjoyed hurting her like that, huh? You think I got a big yuck out of it? I had to do the rottenest thing I could think of.
You did that okay.
To make her let go.
What do you think? You think she wasn't hurt? If everybody was hurt, do you think she threw the ring back at you?
Well, I guess I just didn't perform well enough. But I'll get better at it, Jumbo. Practice makes perfect.
the situation, winding it up was pretty tough. You understand?
Why you had to make me do it? Of course.
You can't give in to panic. It could cost you your career. And no matter what the circumstances, a neurologist has to be able to function in an emergency.
Right.
And you did. Now, don't forget that. Now, it looks like we have a misdiagnosis, even though we haven't proven that it was your fault. From what you told me, it did look like a hematoma.
He'd received that hard blow on the head. The spinal tap was negative. Scan didn't show anything, but there were the severe headaches, the dizziness, the seizures, and pronounced progressive weakness on the dominant side.
But why did you rule out infection?
Well, the blood work was negative. White count normal.
When?
Yesterday.
There's been no blood workup since admission?
No.
All right, what about history? Any recent infection?
Well, I mean, of course I took it, but I don't remember exactly what was said, but nothing could have been mentioned about infection, or I would have... I would have ordered a culture.
You didn't order a culture of the spinal fluid? You did a tap and you did not order a culture?
I wasn't thinking infection. I was thinking trauma. He'd gotten that blow on the head.
What about his visual fields?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we started to do that. Bucky had mentioned that he was having trouble reading.
Bucky told you to do it? You didn't think of it yourself?
Not right then. But we did start, and then... Oh, I remember now. That's when he had the seizure. And then I ordered the immediate surgery.
Which resulted in two unnecessary burr holes, which could have introduced further infection.
How do you think it looks?
For you or for Angel?
For Angel.
It doesn't look good. His blood pressure was dropping on the table. That incident of tachycardia was bad. And now the chance of further infection? As for yourself, I'm afraid you're in deep trouble. You realize I have to report this to Seneca.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry. It's not to be vindictive, believe me. But this is serious trouble. It could result in a malpractice suit. And even worse.
He could die.
That's right. That boy could die. Because whatever the problem is, it's gone untreated. And with the unnecessary surgery, further complications.
How do you think I should proceed?
First of all, I'd order a blood workup immediately. And then you better start rehearsing what you're going to tell his sister, and it better be good.
I don't know what I'm going to tell his sister, except there was a mistake in diagnosis.
Yeah, there was a mistake, all right, and it was a beaut.
I'll order that blood work now.
Pat, look, for what it's worth, I understand how this could have happened, even though it shouldn't have. The schedule's a killer. You're exhausted, and you have your own personal problems.
It's no excuse, is it? Whether he lives or dies, it's no kind of excuse.
Tom, hi. Come in. Come on in.
I know it's late, but I just had a conversation with Christine, and I think you ought to hear what she had to say.
Christine. Oh, Christine. Is she a friend of yours?
Yes. Now, listen, there never was and never will be anything between her and Jack. I asked specifically.
You did?
I was pretty sure, but I thought it might help you to know.
I wonder if I was worried. I didn't think so, but it feels curiously good to know for certain.
I don't think Chris realized what she was walking herself into. She's a perfectly decent human being. In fact, she's mortified by the whole thing.
Oh, I didn't blame her.
It was obvious she didn't know what she was getting herself into. She looked absolutely wild at Jack. It'd be funny.
If it didn't hurt so much.
Oh, it got to me a little. But not enough for Jack's purposes. He's so transparent.
So you guessed it was a ploy?
And such a clumsy one at that. I'm a little surprised at Finelli. He ought to have been able to pull off something a little classier, wouldn't you think?
Well, I think it goes to show what you've been saying all along.
Which is?
Well, he's a complicated guy and he's scared.
You're nice to say that. The family's so down on him at the moment. How can they not be?
Right, they're trying to protect their own.
They're still down there raking him over the coals. Da's wild, of course, and Ma's just terribly disappointed. Maybe it's silly, but I didn't want Ryan to hear that kind of talk about her father. And I sure didn't need to hear it, so we took refuge up here. She went right to sleep.
Maybe you'd rather be alone.
Oh, no, Tom, really. I'm glad of the company. At least you seem to get the picture. It was awful, but it was just Jack being Jack, only more so.
And it did hurt. He managed that, however badly.
It hurt like hell.
You know, I suspect it hurt him, too.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure of that. Thought you didn't like Jack.
I haven't liked his behavior, certainly not tonight. What he did was cruel and damn near unforgivable.
But not quite.
Well, that's up to you. But the fact that he did it so badly gives me a sense of where he's coming from. That and what you've told me about the two of you. As a scoundrel, he's strictly an amateur. The unfinished man in his pain brought face to face with his own clumsiness.
That's right. What is it?
It's a snippet of Yeats, slightly out of context.
Whatever. It fits.
I thought of it seeing him there tonight, trying to deal you a major blow and making a botch of it, because it's not in him.
Exactly. So why should I give him what he wants when he doesn't really want it at all? All I hope is he doesn't wear me down. Because I don't know how much longer I can manage this way.
He doesn't know, does he, what he's got in you?
Oh, listen, I'm no prize. I've done a lot of things all wrong. Most things in this marriage, actually.
But anyone who could love that much, the party on the other side is lucky.
I was lucky, too. You know, today was our wedding anniversary. 1 year ago, we were so insanely happy. And scared, yeah, both of us. Because we'd made those promises, and we'd meant them. And we knew it'd take a lot of caring and a lot of changing ourselves around. But we knew there was enough love. And that's what really does hurt. Jack's lying about it now, saying he never wanted any of it. Lying to himself. Maybe he will make me mad enough and hurt enough to let go. Maybe he'll be able to convince me that he never did love me, or doesn't need me at all, or that I don't need him. But he hasn't managed yet.
See how your favorite stars got their start. Don't miss They Started on Soaps too, tonight at 11, only on SoapNet.